Good morning and welcome to Herb Oracle Podcast, botanical divination with herbs, essences, flowers, and trees with your host, Herbal Marie. Let's start the day off pulling some oracle cards and getting a few messages. We can shoot the shiitake in a spiritual way-ish. And if you follow me on Instagram, I'll post a pic of the cards at Herb Oracle. Thanks so much for joining me. Here we go. Hey, what's up? It's Friday. Finally, or already. I don't know. It kind of depends on the way you look at time. Like it's finally Friday, but oh my God, it's already the end of June. So yeah, I have a lot of people around me just going like, where the heck did June go? I don't know about you, but yeah, it got ate up. June has been eaten. June is like gone. So anyways, Friday, which I'm pretty excited about, we're going to do another law today. I'm not sure which one it is. I know there's a word that I should have looked up how to pronounce. I know that much. I know yesterday I thought, girl, look up that word so you know how to say it. And I didn't. So we're going to do a law of the universe, and then we're going to pull a few messages from the Oracle of the Essences, which has been in the back of the drawer for, I don't know, I don't think it's come out this week yet. So that'll be fun because it's got some affirmations, and that's a great way for us to just wrap up the week. And then, I'm taking a couple days off. We'll be back Monday, and it'll be all good. So do you know how you can like when you're in a room, you can't smell it? But then like if you leave even just for like 5 minutes and come back into it, then you can smell all the smells. So I got up this morning and I went to the bathroom, and when I walked back into my room, I was like, is somebody making Chinese food in here? Like my bedroom smelled so garlicky that it literally smelled like Chinese food up in my bedroom. So, so I came downstairs and like I had chopped up a plate of garlic, I pressed it out because we had gotten pizza, and I loaded mine up with garlic and sliced tomatoes and a couple yellow peppers and stuff. And so I don't know if my bedroom smelled like garlic, Chinese food garlic, because it was me, or because it was like maybe the whole house smells like that because I left this plate of garlic out all night. So I'm burning some cinnamon incense to try to make it a cinnamony Chinese food house right now. But yeah, I have a feeling that it's probably just coming from me. I am upping my garlic, you guys. Sometimes you just have to do what you need to do for your body and not care if you smell like a walking walk, a walking China walk. Which I love that restaurant, by the way. But anyways, like I love Chinese food. I just hate that like they always seem to like slip in a little MSG and, make your joints hurt the next day. But I do love garlic. I'm pumping up the garlic and just trying to get my body kind of balanced because I've been snacking way too sugary. I can feel it. So I'm going to drink those green juices today and keep eating my garlic. And what else can we do today? Let's make intentions to feel love today, because we do reap what we sow. We reap what we sow. So what are you planting today? What kind of intentions are you making today? Are you going to be appreciative of everything today? Hell yes. All right. So just to recap, yesterday we did the law of attraction, the basic law of all manifestation, primary law of man. It holds our solar system together around the sun. Like the law of attraction is a big deal. And I didn't touch too much upon it, but a little bit. It said the law of attraction has 11 sub-laws. So there's like more to the law of attraction with like these other laws. So hopefully they'll tell us when we get to them in the book what they are. But Yes, law of attraction is more complicated than what we thought. All right, so that brings us to law number 7 today. So we're going to do law number 7, the law of balance. It says, or equipoise, and that's the word I was supposed to look up, or equipoise. Equipoise? I don't know. In parentheses, it says fair exchange. So the law of balance or fair exchange, or this word that starts with an E that I'm not sure. EQUIPOISE. I don't know. I'll be on dictionary.com later looking it up. So I'm going to read this paragraph, and then, we'll see what this is all about, and then we'll get our Friday going on. I probably need to harvest more herbs today and clean the kitchen. I'm also just going to remind myself that I need to do that. And yesterday, if you're following me, I was so tired. I never did go back to bed after the show. I never did hang out with the Emperor because I just didn't feel up for it. But what I did do was I was like, well, I got to clean these rabbit cages. Like, it's Thursday, Turds Day. I don't care. Like, I don't want to see it on Friday, because if I have to clean rabbit cages on Friday, then Friday becomes cry day. So I wanted to do it, but I was like, wow, my body, my mind, like, I almost feel because I'm so tired. I'm like, I told everybody, you guys, I got to go lay down for 20 minutes or whatever, So I went upstairs, lay down for 20 minutes. 3 hours later, I woke up. And guess what? I got up and I cleaned the rabbit cages. So it all worked out. But that was pretty funny for me because I'm not even a napper. I'm not really a napper. And so when I lay down, I laid down. Yeah. All right. So number 7, the law of balance. This is elaboration and continuation of the law of equalities. The law of equalities, did we do that? Hold up. Let me just look back. Take a drink. We didn't even do the law of equalities. Did we? All right, I don't see it. All right, but anyways, this is an elaboration and continuation of the law of equalities. The law of balance is a universal law that supersedes all of man's laws, creating stability for all third dimension manifestation. Each thought must be balanced by whomever creates it. This is divine wisdom. Allow all viewpoints without feeling you must defend your own. Allow no one to tell you what your journey must reflect or what your reality is. Do not give your power away so easily, but give your love unconditionally. Any messages communicated in love validates equality. Low self-esteem is just as non-productive as a puffed up sense of self-esteem. They both deny equality. Another manifestation of the imbalance of this law is addiction. All right, so do I have to reread that whole thing again? They really threw so many things into this one. Is this the junk drawer? Is this the universal junk drawer law? Because that was just a bunch of stuff. All right, so the law of balance or fair exchange. So everything has to be balanced is what it was saying that I heard. That every thought must be balanced by whoever creates it. So if we have unbalanced thoughts, if they're not given in love, most thoughts are unbalanced. Because, any type of judgment or judging thoughts, I would say those are unbalanced because, like it said, it's not communicated in love. When messages are communicated in love, then it validates equality. Then it's balanced. So it's like, yeah, you can have your opinion, your stinky opinion. But like, if you do have an opinion, what did it say? Allow all viewpoints without feeling you must defend your own. So it's like, okay, I feel like this is my viewpoint, this is my reality, but I can balance that thought by allowing all other viewpoints and not feeling like I have to defend my own. Like, I'm aware of your differing opinion, but it's all balanced because, you know, we've got the love going on in there. We've got the equality going on in there, and we are letting go of defensiveness. Yeah, because defensiveness is just another form of attack. Shout out to A Course in Miracles who taught me that. Like, attack thoughts are a super huge, unbalanced, big deal. Because when we're defending ourselves, we're preparing for attack. So we are putting into that attack violent energy just by being defensive. So yeah, you reap what you sow. So if you're always, you know, being defensive or waiting to defend yourself, then you actually are attracting attack. So anyways, let's see what else. Oh, I also like that it said, okay, so low self-esteem is just as non-productive as a puffed up sense of self-esteem. They both deny equality. So yeah, it's all about balance today. The law of balance. If you're imbalanced, that could lead to addiction, right? If you're imbalanced, that could lead to self harm or self-destruction. So this is all an elaboration and continuation of the law of equalities, the law of balance. I like that it said, allow no one to tell you what your journey must reflect or what your reality is, and do not give your power away so easily. Don't give away your power, but give and share your unconditional love. Because when we speak and communicate in love, then it validates equality, and then we stay balanced. All right, so that's number 7, the law of balance, or whatever the hell that E word is. Fair exchange. Dang, I really got to maybe get back on that vocabulary expansion. When I was a kid, I loved vocabulary, but it was more like reading it. I didn't always like know how to say the word, but I would read the dictionary and look for new words because I thought that was cool. But then a lot of times I didn't know how to say them. Okay, so we are going to pull from the Oracle of the Essences. This is an Australian, I think she's from Australia. Yeah, .au, the enchantress.com.au. Monica the Enchantress. Okay. I'm not going to say that E word either. All right, so it's all about balance. I love that we're ending the week with this great message of balance. What's funny is, just a heads up, we're going to be starting Monday with the law of challenge. So maybe you don't want to come back Monday. Maybe I don't want to come back Monday. But whatever. We're not going to look to the future quite yet. We're going to stay right here, right now, in the present moment, and just enjoy the law of balance. And that is an enjoy. Like, doesn't that seem like that would feel really, really good? Being in that state of unconditional love where you can have a conversation with somebody and not feel like you have to defend yourself, and like legit be like, I respect you, I honor you, and it's okay that we have differing opinions. So yeah, I think that would feel amazing to truly always be like that. But we ain't like that yet because we're we're still defending this or that, which keeps us in that vibrational attraction of attack. Just words to think about here. All right, so I don't know what we're doing here. I'm shuffling these cards. And the law of balance. I feel like I'm going to pull 4 cards or something really balanced. We don't want to have cards all over the place today. That would just seem, Okay, here we go. Here's our first car. Do I want a car? Are we getting new cars? All right, here's our first card. It's Douglas Fir. And I didn't pull this card. It flipped out, like did a flip and came out the middle of the deck. So this is our ancestors coming in with a message of respect and wisdom. But interesting. So we're talking about the law of balance. And they want to be included in this conversation. I think the last time we pulled this card, we talked a lot about how, as we heal ourselves, we help heal our lineage, and we can send love and healing to our lineage. We can go back in our past and the one that we remember and the one that we don't remember and do a lot of the healing work. I think that's what we talked about the last time with Douglas Fir. This is the card that has the native man in the sky, in the clouds with the morning sunrise, and there's an eagle flying over a nice thick patch of Douglas fir trees, and we're in probably Arizona, and there's a cliff or somewhere out there. There's a big rock structure. So Douglas fir has come out for sure here. So I'm going to do the top and the bottom card as well. The top card is Pettigrain. Ooh. The top card is Pettigrain with judgment and trustworthiness. Judgment and trustworthiness. We were just saying that, when we think thoughts that have the energy of judgment all over them, it really has to. That's not balancing. That's an imbalance. So that's kind of interesting that judgment is here along with trustworthiness. And then on the bottom of the card is marjoram, which is trust and benevolence. So you know what? I thought we were going to do a 4-card rectangle thing, but actually 3 cards is also balance when you think of them like a scale or a teeter-totter. It's like, do you ever be on a teeter-totter with someone who's about or approximately the same weight as you, and you guys can just basically balance the teeter-totter in a straight line? Right? No, but if big old Joe comes over and wants to teeter-totter with you, it's not going to be teeter-totter. Joe's just going to keep you up in the air the entire time. Right? Like a little pipsqueak. You're just going to be like the teeter-totter. You're just going to be up there. You're going to be stuck. And then you're going to have to beg big old Joe to let you down. It's just going to be ridiculous. So, 1, don't teeter-totter with big old Joe. Okay? Don't do it. Trust me. And 2, we do want to find this beautiful balance that we can have within ourselves so that we can start looking at the world with unconditional love. And that is exactly what I'm looking at here as I'm seeing marjoram. She is this beautiful mother energy, and maiden mother energy, and she's got these 2 little kids under her. I don't know if they're hers or not, but she's just loving them. And she has all these icons floating around her. She's got, this heart with an eye in it, right? The all-seeing eye heart. She's got an angel. She's got a devil. She's got the sun, the moon, a plant leaf, and lovers even around her. So she's got all this energy. Like, it almost reminds you of a zodiac circle behind her, and she's balanced, and you can tell that, and she's kind, and she's aware of the angel and the devil. She's aware of the light and the dark, but she's still coming at the world with an unconditional love. Her arms are open. She's holding a bouquet of, I'm assuming, marjoram flowers in the one hand, and she's got her other hand on the little boy's head, and the little girl's just clinging to her skirt. It's really sweet. And she is a message of trust and benevolence. So as I read the words across from left to right, we're just going to do these 3 cards today. This is plenty good. It says respect, wisdom, judgment, trustworthiness, trust, benevolence. So benevolence is like, you know, looking for the good in the world pretty much, or that good energy, that good force. Whereas malevolent is the opposite. Okay, so trust, big message of trust and trustworthiness and respect and wisdom. Douglas fir, petitgrain, and marjoram. So I'm excited to dive into this book, but first I need to go dive into my roasted dandelion tea. Go get a drink. Oh, all right. So what are you drinking today? What are you drinking today? What's really interesting when I'm looking at these cards, focus, back to the cards. What an interesting mix of characters. Like, so we've got the native man spirit in the clouds with the Douglas fir. Petitgrain, he's a blue-haired elf. Oh yeah, I forgot to mention that. It's like a blue-haired fairy elf, you know, and it's a really busy card. He's got the oranges behind him. He's sitting cross-legged though, like he's being good for the moment, but yeah, he probably likes to play and have fun and be devilish. And then yeah, I already explained marjoram. Beautiful marjoram over there. What's interesting, I love that we got a little devil around marjoram, because that's kind of like can be worked in to the law of balance. Like a lot of people are always like looking to defend themselves because they think the devil or something bad's going to get them, or you know, like people think that other people's opinions and thoughts can, I don't know, they feel like they have to defend against that. So that's really interesting, like to think about having so much trust in our life, like in our belief systems, in our understanding of the laws of the universe, that we are so comfortable just being ourselves, and we don't feel like we have to constantly defend ourselves from outside intrusion. Which, yeah, I mean, of course, that's not the reality that we perceive right now. Like, you know, it's like you always got to keep one eye on the government because they're going to try to do this or that, and then that might affect you. Or you have to, like, I don't know, everyone just always feels like they have to be defensive. But, like, here, like, marjoram, she's got all this, the devil is there, but she's not affected at all by that energy. She is focusing on these children. She's focusing love outward. Likewise, petitgrain is also very comfortable who he is. He's sitting cross-legged with his hands on his knees, and you know, he's rather upright and just really comfortable. Like he knows his true power and self-worth. And same with the Douglas fir Indian. But yeah, everyone seems to know their true self-worth and power, but yet it's not like the inflated, puffed up ego, like how the law of balance was saying, you know, a super inflated ego, like I'm better than you. Ooh, that's also super unbalanced. And that's just as bad as a low self-esteem, like I'm not worthy, right? Like feeling so shit about yourself. Like we've got to come into balance within ourselves. And once more and more people come into balance within themselves, then mathematically, we should start to see it out in the world as well. But yeah, we're going to have to each do our own part to do that. So, all right, we're going to do Douglas fir, petitgrain, and then marjoram. Here we go. Here we go now. I am really comfortable right now. I put an extra chair on my pillow, which has made me sit up much taller and higher. So it's kind of fun. And I have a blanket over my legs because it's freezing in here. Even though I just checked the thermometer, it's 70 degrees already at 7. So it's going to be a hot one today. Okay, so you good? You comfortable? Let me move you over here. All right, so the wise words here with Douglas fir, we're going to talk about respect and wisdom. Alik Ice said, respect is earned, honesty is appreciated, trust is gained, loyalty is returned. So that is definitely, you reap what you sow, you know, and trust is gained. So yeah, even Douglas fir has a message about trust. So triple trust coming up here today. Douglas fir is the grandfather oil. The beautiful pine can grow to over 100 meters tall. It is strong and supports lots of branches, just like a good grandfather who thinks and acts for the benefits of generations to come. When this card appears in your reading, some aspect of your life needs to be revisited with the wisdom of your ancestors. Douglas fir is very connected to the inheritance from your father's side. Imagine it like the foundation of your family. So, yeah, let's see here what kind of wisdom we can tap into. I have super probably defective energy on my father's side, so that's interesting when I'm personally thinking about the law of balance and how it applies to me, and trust and being defending yourself and keeping one eye open all the time. You will need Douglas fir for when you feel lonely and you have lost connection with your roots. When you need to connect to tradition, this essence is key, as Douglas fir is considered the classic Christmas tree. I was just actually thinking about Christmas right before I did this podcast, because I was like, oh my gosh, we have so many laws of the universe, and if we did 5 a week, when will we be done? And I was thinking oh God, probably around Christmas. Maybe. I think we could get it done before the end of the year. But yeah, it'll take us up to Christmas. And then I thought, I'm not celebrating Christmas this year. That's what I thought. That's the next thought in was picturing me throwing out more and more of the Christmas stuff that's in storage. I think we're done with this. All right. So when Douglas fir is in the negative side, it will be self-destructive and self-absorbed, but in the opposite state of mind, it can be the rock and represent sustainability for many generations to come. So that's interesting. When this energy gets out of balance, then just like the law of balance was talking about, it could lead to low self-esteem, self-destruction, or even an inflated self-esteem, which is being totally self-absorbed in, the negative context. Oh, self-love is important. Love yourself. But when it gets out of hand and you just don't care about anybody but yourself, that is a different thing. So Douglas fir supports the respiratory system and relieves tension in the body. It can assist individuals with rheumatoid and arthritic conditions. These conditions can present themselves because there is emotional difficulty with change. The individual has become too rigid and nothing ever seems good enough. Funny haha, my shoulder totally ached last night like an old lady ache. So I wonder if on some level, struggling with so many changes in my life kind of gets to me. And nothing ever seems good enough. Yeah, that's like the story of my life. That's why I have to work so hard at my gratitude practice and being appreciative, because it's so easy to look around and see how nothing's really good enough, Aw, yeah, get out of that stuff. All right, so this card is presented to you as a field of pines in the red canyons of North America, representing the immeasurable depth of our generational lines. An eagle flying over the canyons and a Native American man in the clouds signifies the ancestors showing themselves through who we are. So yeah, our lineage runs deep, absolutely. And if you take a minute to close your eyes right now, as long as you're not driving, and just sort of feel like how deep you can let your awareness go into your lineage and into your ancestry. Like that really does anchor you down and give you good balance when you think about that. So Douglas fir is here to remind you, yes, to let go of pain. Let go of pain, let go of guilt, let go of sadness. Let go of all that from the past. Think of the teachings and the legacy you are leaving behind in this world. Yeah, because one day, bitch, you're going to be the ancestor. Yeah, that's a good thing to tell yourself. Yeah, one day you're going to be the ancestor. What the hell are you leaving behind? Are you leaving more of a mess? Or have you sown seeds of love while you are here? So are you a good example for the young ones around you? Very interesting, because we've got young ones in the marjoram card. Are you being a good example for the young ones? Are you open-minded enough to see other possibilities that you haven't considered? Respect the older generations. The older they are, the more they know. Yeah, and respect the younger generations too. And hell, while you're at it, why don't you just respect everyone? Why don't you just respect everybody while you're at it, right? Send love and communicate in love with everyone, and we'll be all good, right? It'll be all good if we're just always having that unconditional love within us for everyone. Then we will be in a state of balance. Yeah, shout out to the law of balance. So the affirmation from Douglas fir is, today I attract respect and gratitude for all that I am. Today I attract respect and gratitude for all that I am. Today I attract respect and gratitude for all that I am. Yes, I love it. If you want to get it, you got to give it. So give it to get it. Yes. And attract it like that. So put it out there. If you want more respect, if you want people to respect you, you got to be respecting them. And yeah, like the more stuff you're grateful for today, the more things to be grateful for will find you tomorrow. Or if your energy is pretty balanced, maybe even by this afternoon. All right, so moving on to pettigrain. Judgment, trustworthiness. Thelma Davis said, refuse to inherit dysfunction. Learn new ways of living instead of repeating what you lived through. So pretty cool quote to come after our ancestors. and ourselves, our past selves, ourself from even this past, right? This incarnation, refuse to inherit dysfunction. So just because your family has always been screwed up doesn't mean that you need to be screwed in the head. And even if you were just screwed in the head 10 years ago, you don't have to keep on inheriting and repeating what you have lived through. Yeah, dude, that was a messed up time for you. Doesn't mean that you have to keep reliving it, and repeating it and be chained to it. Like, really, you are a different person now. You can let your past go and like destroy all photographic evidence of that time. So there is petitgrain in every citrus. The citrus oil comes from the peel, and the petitgrain comes from the leaf. Petitgrain is widely used in the perfume industry, and it is popular among both women and men. So when the petitgrain personality opens up, it brings forth the best of our culture and creates a positive environment for the community. However, petitgrain personality can also repeat destructive generational and cultural patterns and unnecessary loyalty to unhealthy traditions. So yeah, that's why I want to quit Christmas. Because it is an unhealthy tradition. It just shoves consumerism down your throat to the point that you become in debt for the new year. It encourages everybody to eat disgusting fatty foods. Not that the fat's bad, but like, come on, y'all. You know what I'm talking about. Gluttonous. It encourages people to eat too much, drink too much, spend too much, and guilt too much. Like, it's like the guilt that's like the main gift given, quote, gift given. Like, if you don't buy anything, you don't love me, right? Or like, oh my God, I have to buy her this, I have to buy him that, I have to spend this much money. If I don't buy enough, my kids won't think that I'm good enough, or that I don't love them, or blah, blah, blah. Like, that's just one example of cultural patterns that we could really let go. Any type of judgment culturally we could let go. There's a lot of stuff culturally that we could let go. Like the entire Middle East thinking that women are like basically turds. Like they don't like hardly respect women at all. Like I was watching this interview of this guy saying like about like it was like, what would you think if like your sister got a job outside of the house? And the brother's honest to God response was, I would kill her. And he was laughing about it. Why? Because it's my honor, he said. Like, there are a ton of cultural, and I'm using quotes, cultural traditions, patterns that really are so destructive that could be let go. So that's an extreme example. But even just in our local communities, there's definitely things that we could stop repeating, especially if they're unhealthy traditions. And yeah, get society thinking better, feeling better, doing better, acting better, so we can have this positive environment. It can bring forth the best of our culture. So petitgrain encourages you to make your own judgment and assessment of your environment, making sure that the actions you are taking don't affect everyone around you. So yeah, I mean, be mindful of what you are putting out. Okay, for its linalool contents, petitgrain is a great replacement for lavender for calming and relaxing. It is also used to help people with palpitation and hypertension, convulsion, and spasmodic coughing. It blends well with cinnamon, geranium, and eucalyptus. So, yeah, when we look at the card, Pettigrain is a teenaged, friendly forest elf. He is there when you need him. His treehouse is behind him, and other elves' houses are surrounding the picture, showing that he forms part of a community. He is cheeky and naughty. Yeah, he looks like he could be cheeky and naughty, but he's there when you need him, and he's positive, and yeah, he's part of the community. So if Pettigrain appears in your readings, it can indicate that you are dealing with a great deal of pain. You could be dealing with childhood fears and dramas. You are encouraged to break the chains and remove negative patterns that you have learned from your family and your cultural background. Release yourself from your duties and attend to what makes you happy rather than what would make your parents and or community proud. So yeah, this is a message like to say like, you know, break away if you need to and follow your own dreams and your own bliss and your own ideals, especially if you are seeing, you know, using your discernment, your judgment to see that, you know, it would be healthier for you and the community if you started doing something different, right? Something that made you happy. So, like when you think about like holidays and stuff, it's like, yeah, like maybe traveling around, spending all your hard-earned money, going to functions that you really dread. If you don't want to do that anymore, then, you know, break away in a loving way and do something, you know, that you feel good about, regardless of what your parents think. So the affirmation is, I transmute any negative cellular memory and replace it with clear cosmic energy filled with new positive possibilities. So I transmute any negative cellular memory and replace it with clear cosmic energy filled with new positive possibilities. So what a beautiful message for us, you know, to clean up our ancestors' patterns, to clean up our lineage, to clean up our family, especially if it's any destructive behaviors, if low self-esteem is something that has been perpetuated in your family, because it sure has been perpetuated in society for everybody. It's just like, it's so acceptable to have low self-esteem. Like, oh, you hate yourself? Cool, me too. Let's everybody sit around, feel bad and hate themselves and feel unworthy and not good enough and unqualified. Like society loves it. It loves keeping you down. So yeah, let's say I transmute any negative cellular memory. I replace it with clear cosmic energy, right? Let ourselves be filled with new positive possibilities. All right. Wow. So this is giving us a lot to think about. It's always work with me, isn't it? It's always hard work. I guess I'm one of those people that like makes everybody want to like do the inner work, contemplate, think, release, clear your patterns, do your healing work, You're going to have to balance out all this, so much thinking this week. You have to balance out just like hanging out this weekend with some people who don't want to think about nothing. But yeah, we have had some big thoughts this week. So yeah, I mean, definitely take time this weekend to balance out. But I guess it feels heavy sometimes, like when you think about how much stuff we need to clear on the earth plane. It's like, wow, this is a big job here. So yeah, I mean, it's a great message for us just to keep focusing, you know, on being balanced, because this world right now is not. So let's see what Marjoram has to say. I think she's going to have us end on a sweet note. I hope. But yeah, so far it's like we got a lot of work to do, you know, with our ancestors, lineage, and family, the karmic wheel that our families are on. Yeah, kind of makes you go, when you sit and think about it. Like, think about what kind of wheel your family has been on. So let's see what Marjoram says about trust and benevolence. Ernest Hemingway said, the best way to find out if you can trust somebody is to trust them. So yeah, I mean, you do have to just sort of give people the benefit of the doubt sometimes, or at least a chance, or, you know, it's the only way you're going to know for sure. Marjoram, a close relation to oregano, is known as the herb of joy and happiness to the ancient Greeks and Romans. It assists individuals to release pressure of any type and anywhere in the body. She relaxes the smooth muscle cells within the blood vessel walls, providing a holistic release of your body systems. So yeah, just a relaxing state across the board on the whole level. Dang, I'm going to go nibble on some marjoram. Marjoram helps to discharge conflict and anger in the family and stops you from stressing out about what you cannot fix or control. All right, so I guess it's like we're just going to keep it in the fam today, guys. Wow. Dang. We totally have like a full-blown family message now. Wow. So she wants to help you from stressing out, especially when it's stuff that's like seems like it's out of your control. And she wants to help discharge the conflict and anger in your family. She helps individuals feel appreciated and loved. She shows compassion and forgiveness to the ones that should be punished, just like a beautiful mother raising a troublesome child. Marjoram is trusting, so it is the best essence to use as the basis of any relationship. Trust creates the foundations of feelings of comfort and nurturing. If we can't trust someone, we will never be our true self around them. Marjoram is very observant, and if someone cannot be reliable, she will warn you of the situation, and she will help you to release the connection with the person. On the negative side, Marjoram can withdraw emotionally and isolate herself from social interactions. This is just a coping mechanism, as Marjoram's heart is soft and scared of dealing with rejection and negative relationships. Oh my gosh. Yeah, isn't that the truth? Like, sometimes it's just so much easier to just not get involved with anybody than to like deal with what might come after. I mean, this is just me as a hermit talking here. Like, yeah, sending love to you, but just stay over there. Thanks. I'll see you later. Okay, so divination, meaning Marjoram will show herself in a reading when trust issues are in play. Trust your faith in this situation. You are the pillar of your world. Stand strong and take charge of the situation. Dang. So, yeah, I guess like everybody has trust issues a little bit. I mean, unless you're living in the perfect family that's not on the karmic wheel and you're just feeling super nurtured and comforted and you can be your complete self, right? If you've got that, then blessings up. But yeah, most people aren't experiencing that. I mean, they're even just a little bit self-reserved within their family, or yeah, they just straight up don't trust them. Like, and think about your extended family too, like your aunts and uncles and cousins, and it's like, yeah, kind of interesting message coming on here today. And in your community, think of your community as your extended family. How much of your true self are you sharing with them? Are you just allowing yourself to be, right? Or are you pulling back, feeling reserved, kind of, staying in that protected state, right? So law of balance is saying, law of balance is clearing its throat so hard, right? Because it wants you to come at this world with unconditional love and, just being able to share your best self. Yeah, and we got so many messages about like setting the good example for others around you and putting it out there. So the affirmation is, my relationships are filled with love, respect, and trust. My relationships are filled with love, respect, and trust. My relationships are filled with love, respect, and trust. So, wow, holy crap, you guys, like, I'm like sitting here feeling a little lightheaded. I don't know if when I'm reading from the book, I'm not breathing, but or if this just message is really intense for me, or if we just got a lot of energy flowing in right now, like all of the lineage of all time ever just tried to burst into my head. Everyone's trying to get in there, and I'm just like, yo, you guys, you're making me high. It's a good type of dizzy. Oh, it's a good dizzy. It's not like the dizzy I'm going to fall down and puke. This is like, wow, I'm so high, I might faint. Some people pay a lot of money to get this kind of feeling. So, lots of trust issues. Really amazing, big message that we need to kind of connect with this family energy, do our healing work, and it's all in my face right now on a personal level that if you can't trust somebody, you can't open up, you can't connect fully. That's why my marriage is going down the tubes. It's already down the tube. It's been down in there, because I could just never completely 100% trust them. And then I didn't give 100% of myself, always kind of guarded. Even lately, since, we're just kind of living together. Yeah, we're still married, but he hasn't been my husband for a real long time, But lately, he's been so nice, kind, and respectful to me. And it's I still can't even trust that. Why are you being so nice, it's really interesting to see what is going on in our own personal vibrations when it comes to trust and, perceiving everybody with unconditional love and equality and these family patterns. And it's what so many huge messages came in today. I'm not even sure how to put it all in a concluding statement. I need to finish this podcast, but part of me is I don't know how to wrap this up exactly. We started off with the law of balance, right? Talking about the equalities and how every thought must be balanced by whomever creates it. So right off the bat is this whole podcast message has been about coming from a place of divine wisdom and balance and making sure that you're not being bullied. Nobody's telling you what your journey must be, what your reality must be, what you must do, right? It's you finding your truth and trusting in your guidance to be, to be basically to find yourself where you're supposed to be and follow your own path. So yeah, but we're still in society, we're still in community, we're still in family, and we have to learn how to respect all viewpoints without feeling that we must defend our own. Yeah, that's a big, big message. Don't forget that we got that one. So anything that we say should be communicated with love, given with love, so that we're always putting out that energy of equality, because what we put out, we get back, right? So if we're putting out love, respect, trust, equality, then people will return that to us. It will. That was like a really good quote. I don't think it was Douglas Fir. No, it was Douglas Fir. Respect is earned. Honesty is appreciated. Trust is gained. Loyalty is returned. So yeah, it's okay to walk away from situations. Just because you're strong doesn't mean that you need to keep putting up with shit. Okay? Just because you're a strong person doesn't mean that you have to keep tolerating negativity around you. That's a message for myself too. At some point you can decide to go. You can decide to leave. You can decide to make that change. And when you do it with love and respect and wisdom and benevolence, it's fine. It's good because you're still putting love out there. But yeah, so many great messages today. Pettigrain, that little cheeky elf, reminded us that we don't have to keep on inheriting our family's dysfunctions, right? You don't have to keep perpetuating it and putting up with it. So, you're allowed to break away and break free. And Marjoram was like, make sure you're setting the example for the little ones. Sometimes making the decision to get away from destructive family patterns is setting the best example for the next generation. Like, you don't have to keep putting up with this. You can change. You can leave. You can make a different decision. You can follow your own path. You can create your own reality, one that you prefer. So yeah, thank you, Douglas Fir. Thank you, Pettigrain. Thank you, Marjoram. Respect, wisdom, trustworthiness, using your best judgment, right? Putting out trust to get trust in return. And yeah, just having this benevolent, sweet heart, this sweet nature. Feels pretty dang good, but it also feels like, really, really important to do. Okay, so shout out to my higher self. Thank you for always guiding me and popping that idea into my head just at the right time. I was like, I don't know what I'm going to name this podcast. Stop Inheriting Dysfunction. I think that's what I'm going to call it. Yeah, that's what we're going to call it. So take charge of your life to create balance and equality and love and trust and the reality that you want to live in, because that's the society we want to live in. We don't want to live in societies that our brothers want to kill us for living our life. We want to live in a society where that we trust our brothers and our sisters, and we can be our true selves. We can show our best side. We can set the example of someone who is living their joy, living their happiness. So yeah, thank you to all the great message today. Thanks for hanging out. I hope you have an amazing weekend with lots of balance and lots of clearing work. Take it easy, You don't want to maybe do it all in one day, but keep on doing the work. And definitely faux show. Refuse at this point on to inherit any more dysfunction. Like, just say no thank you and send them love and healing. And that's not even just from other people, that's from yourself as well. A lot of our dysfunction, it's because we have been perpetuating the same patterns within ourselves for years and years and maybe even decades at this point. So it's okay now to lovingly put a stop to that in the name of creating more balance within ourselves, more trust, more nurturing, more benevolence, more love. So thank you so very much. So much love to you. I'll see you Monday for the Law of Challenge. Dang, ain't nobody coming back on Monday. All right, love you guys. See you later.